About 30 miles of nothing but dirt, gravel, sage, and hopefully antelope.
As we pass the bottom of each of these draws,
yeah,
we need to look
back up,
and up, because with wind like we always have around this part of the country, they're going to a lot of time lay in that leeward side of those hills.
I'm a pronghorn junkie. There's no other way to say it. I will go to the far corners of the earth chasing pronghorn. We got more country here than we can scout in a day.
Oh, that's the best problem to have. You can go anywhere and try to hunt without having seen, you know, what the animals are in the area, what the terrain's like. But in antelope hunting especially, terrain can be one of your most effective weapons.
Neil, there's something over there. There's about 4 of them.
The pronghorn of the West is referred to by many different names: antelope, prairie goat, speed goat, desert racer, and actually, an American pronghorn isn't biologically an antelope at all, but it's referred to as Americans as antelope because of its resemblance to African antelope.
They're looking away. They have no idea we're here.
Hunting buddies Randy Newberg and Neil Severinson journeyed to the grassland prairies of northwestern Colorado, where the country is dotted by herds of pronghorn. They hunt within a fraction of the 8.4 million acres of public lands maintained by Colorado's Bureau of Land Management.
They are right there.
How about how far?
150 yards.
They looking this way or the other way?
No, they're looking the other way. For whatever reason, I think that coyote has them.
I think you're right. They saw that coyote, I'll bet.
With no guides and no outfitters, taking the time to scout the area and making steady, careful stalks will be the keys to success for this on-your-own adventure.
I'm going to stand up slowly.
I love to be there at least 1 or 2 days to scout, because when I'm there scouting, I get a feel for the terrain, I get a feel for where the animals are, what kind of animals we're going to be looking at, and then when it's start time, I'm ready to go. Oh, there, he looked up. There he is.
He sees us now, too.
Boy, he's nice. Holy smokes. Above his prongs, he's pretty thin. Either that or he's just so heavy below the prongs.
Look how high those prongs are, too.
Yeah. Uh-oh. That doe's getting nervous. Right? I think we're going to lose him there. One key thing about antelope, especially buck antelope, they're very territorial.
They're all, there
they go.
Yeah.
I bet you when they get around this hill here.
Yeah, but they're not moving very fast. They're not going to leave this whole area, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. So if you are scouting and you see him in there, he's going to be somewhere in there. And that's probably going to be somewhere close to water, somewhere close to feed, and somewhere close to his bedding area. They can't move. I mean, they're all standing there watching.
We want to chase him out of here.
That's his ground. He's going to keep away every other buck antelope. And that really works to your advantage, because once you see him the first time, there's really good chance you're going to be able to relocate him when your hunt starts. When he runs away, you can see those, it looks like he's got big butter paddles hanging off the side of his horns. When I was planning this hunt, when I found out I had this tag, first thing I did is I got on the Colorado Division of Wildlife website. I got an antelope tag in Colorado. I'm gonna go check this out. If you're gonna be an on-your-own hunter, one of the most important things you need to do is understand the resources that are out there. And one of the biggest resources is the federal mapping system. I can hunt any place that isn't white. Yellow is BLM, blue is state trust land. And I can hunt a lot of country. Regardless of what your interest is, where you live, there's a state in the West that has some sort of big game hunting for you. An unbelievable number of opportunities exist for guys who want to go and do it themselves. When you're gonna do this, you need to have everything coordinated. You gotta know what you're bringing, you gotta know where you're gonna stop to get your ice, you gotta coordinate how you're gonna take care of your animal, where you're gonna get your food, where you're gonna get gas. Oh. When you're comfortable, you're hunting good. If you're not comfortable, you're not hunting good. You can snore as loud as you normally do, and there's only one other camper you can wake up.
Me snore? I don't snore. I just wish every hunter had a friend as good as Randy is to go hunting with.
We're hunting.
We got a wonderful view.
We're out on the public ground. We don't have the confines of a cramped lodge somewhere where we have to drink fine champagne.
I love to hunt like this. I've always set up my own camps. I have my own equipment. That gives me a great deal of confidence. I'm not relying on somebody else's equipment or their knowledge or the way they like to approach things.
If this isn't camp food, I don't know what camp food is. Because this is how I cook camp food, so you might be hungry by the time we're done.
This is wonderful. No dishes.
No yeah, because you said you'd do the dishes if I
That's right. That's what I had in mind.
Colorado pronghorn hunting is so cool. There's so much BLM ground in the area where Colorado has most of their antelope up in the northwest corner. It's just the funnest thing you can do. The seasons start early, the weather's nice, lots of public land, lots of great animals. And if you're an antelope junkie, you go there and do it. If I was an antelope, I'd be pretty thirsty today. Where this ridge is on the backside of this tank, they're just on the other side of that. But
I haven't run into this problem antelope hunting before where we've got ducks and geese likely to scare the antelope away if we move.
Me neither. This is a new one on me. Good. You know, that's what we get for being Ducks Unlimited volunteers. We created our own curse here.
Our nemesis. Rather than wait here, let's get over in this.
Yeah, right. Because they're right, that white sign there, they're just past that.
If we can keep that berm between us, we still might have a chance to get pretty close.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. He's looking right at us.
Scouting is probably one of the most important things for antelope hunting. You can't hunt something if you can't find it. So we go out there, in this case, one day before the hunt starts, try a couple of practice stalks, kind of see how the game is, if they're skittish. In this case, it's kind of the opening part of the season, so they're being real calm. We're getting pretty close, and we've got pretty good hopes of having some good success.
There he goes.
He's only about 14. He's not very heavy, Randy.
He's a pretty buck, though.
Yeah.
All of them have that characteristic here where they're kind of almost paddled out with their prongs, and
they're hard to
he's got
judge quickly.
7 or 8 does with him.
Yeah.
When you get an antelope tag in the West, the first thing you do is you get the map, you look at the places that are BLM, Forest Service, state land, you say, those are where I'm going. Then you say, where's the water? Because an antelope will usually never be more than about 2 miles from water, especially in the heat of August, September, October, when a lot of those antelope hunts take place. Is that a water catchment right there they're going into?
Yeah.
Well, that was a worthwhile stalk again. If there's one key thing that a new antelope hunter would want to think about, it's where's the water, because that's where the antelope's going to be.
They're still more curious than they are spooked.
Yeah. The cool part about scouting is if you mess them up, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt quite so bad.
I mean, look at them. They're standing out there looking at us like, oh, ho, hum. Tomorrow we got opening day, so all this could change. We aren't seeing a lot of guys scouting, but there'll be other hunters, so.
But that's to our advantage, because those who haven't scouted don't know where to start looking. We know several places that we need to get out and start looking, and if we're lucky, get one before the crowd shows up.
Right there. Very cool, very cool. Let there be light.
Hope your skinning knife is sharper than this saw.
What? This is Randy's guide service. My own guide service. Every time I do this, I go hunting. I get to do the meals, the cooking, whether it's by myself or with others. And you get real accustomed to easy cooked meals. Or would you prefer chicken noodle soup?
Either one just fine with me, boy. A lot of people like to live in a fancy hotel or a fancy camper thing. I personally prefer outdoor camping. I've personally camped in this area since 1968. For me, the camping, the cooking out, you can take Dinny Moore beef stew or something like that, cook it over fire, and it tastes like you're having gourmet food. So that's the whole experience.
To me, this is more about the hunt than it is about some big production out in the woods. I mean, we're camping and doing it simple, but this is how we do it.
I'm living evidence that this hunt can be done by anybody. By golly, if I'm motivated, I can get it done. good coffee this morning. You the man.
Well, it's better than no coffee.
Just dissolved one of my teeth. What do you think for today?
Well, we're right there.
Yep.
We saw that big buck right there.
Yes.
I say we go there because we got that and then these spots.
You know, a lot of people wonder why I would do this. I want people to understand that this opportunity is available for everyone.
There's something right underneath that white spot there.
He's going in that basin where we saw him the other day.
We're gonna have to hurry and get over there.
Let's get there. In antelope hunting especially, terrain can be one of your most effective weapons. If you know the terrain a little bit, you can use it to your advantage. Try to get close enough to do your stalk and to achieve your animal.
If we could get him in a position where we could put the sneak on him, we'd be fools not to give it our best effort.
Now we see this terrain a little better.
Yeah.
There's opportunities if we can get them sighted again.
I hunt because I get to go out here and do these great things. I hunt for the friendship. I hunt for the sense of accomplishment. I hunt for the meat. The average hunter in the United States is going to tell you that he hunts because it's part of his personal life of who he is or she is.
Man, that's a nice buck.
I don't know if we can do anything but sit and drool.
I mean, they got to go 2 miles if that way before we can even worry about them.
I just love it, even if we can't get over there or get to them, just to see a bunch.
You got to have a map so you know where the private ground is, because right now they're heading for that fence right there.
Yep.
And when they cross that fence, they got another fence and another fence, because those fences are a mile apart. We're just gonna have to circle around, see if we can keep an eye on them today. Who knows where they're going, but let's
do it.
Get her done here. Who'd have thunk it, huh?
This is the way I love to hunt antelope in this type of country, because you've got so many approaches, ways to make an approach. This is massive country out here. You couldn't cover enough in a day necessarily to find a single antelope. So the use of some form of transportation is necessary, but we don't use that as part of our actual hunt.
That same group that we got up on the other day, the dude with the goofy prongs, used this cattle trail. I think we just go there and they bedded in there and we would have seen them come out. So
well, let's give it a whirl.
Yep. If we had not been here scouting, we would not have found those 2 really nice bucks. We don't want to get in here and check that out before that rain gets here.
You betcha.
Antelope hunting can be as hard or as easy as you want to make it. If you go on scout and find that one antelope, it's a challenge to relocate him, to get up on him and pull it out. And so scouting adds that other extra component besides increasing the likelihood of success. Check this out.
Oh yeah, there's another one. Another one.
Yeah, you can tell he's been in here marking this. This one's got fresh urine in it even.
Yeah.
Good deal.
They've been here.
From 2 miles away, I see this buck go into this bowl. Right over there. I'm gonna take a quick breather before we pop over. I decide, okay, we gotta go around this corner and up this ridge. Oh crap, he's looking right at us. They're about 80 yards right at the bottom of the hill. I need to calm down. He's that one with the paddles that go. He's got about 6-inch prongs. I think if we ease up to this lip, we might be able to get on him. Dang it. Oh, God. One thing with antelope, sometimes they'll take off one way, and if you run around the corner, they'll be right there looking back to where you were. I thought they were gonna stop out here. That was 260 yards.
He would have been a keeper.
He was a keeper.
Never had a clean shot at him though.
No, I didn't. You know, I think that's the same one that day scouting.
Yeah.
I was just trying to ease a little bit forward to get over that pile of sagebrush.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have stood up, but I'm not gonna offhand shoot. Not when I got a bipod.
Yeah.
I think we just head out and we come in tomorrow. We got this basin. We know he's in here with his does. We know that other buck is in here. And we get out of Dodge before it starts raining.
The weather is very typical of this location this time of the year. We've been a little concerned with the clouds. This can be kind of a late summer monsoon around here. The problem with that is, with the soils in this area and a lot of antelope areas can get extremely slippery. You have to take the weather as you find it. But you can get a total vast array of weather in this location this time of the year.
You know, if a guy ate like this every night in camp, wouldn't be able to get out of bed and go chase antelope in the morning.
Never happened to us. Probably only need one of those.
I could put a fourth one in, but I never keep one in the chamber when I'm walking.
Yeah.
One thing about antelope is they gotta water at least once a day, usually twice a day. In the morning, you're gonna catch them coming from their water up to usually the higher ground or these basins away from everything where they're gonna be bedded. And that's what I do a lot of times. I try to get to that high ground, watch them coming from their water.
If we go further this way, can we come down one of those draws?
He's got a hole. I mean, he can see everything. I'd like to see him drop down in that bottom, but come this way a little bit. I gotta quit being so excited.
A classic antelope habit is to be looking one way and bedded facing another way. And we knew that this antelope would see us if we came right up on him.
What he did, because of the wind changing directions, he walked about 100 feet, turned 180. So now he's looking up that way. The wind's coming over his back. Classic. Dang it. We got to get down and put that ridge between us.
Then the train, which we were familiar with because we scouted, became our friend because we now had a ridge between us and the animal. We got to a certain point where Randy thought he should be able to see the antelope, couldn't quite see it. So he asked me to split off. We were about 100, 150 yards away at that time.
And it was hand, knees, going, peeking, going, peeking.
I walked out into an open area where we knew the animal would see us.
I gotta get ready. When that thing sees Neil, he's gonna stand up. There it is. You can see his horns. Bam. Good, he's looking the other way. I can see he's looking at Neil already. He's gonna step up here. There he is. Come on, buddy. What the hell? Come on, stop. Stop. There we go. Oh, man. Come on, pal. Wow.
Oh, anyone who hunts has been through that before, and that's hunting. That's on your own. That's just the way it happens a lot of times, so.
Never seen anybody fire 2 warning shots like that before. That's great.
Gotta give him a head start.
Oh, way to go. Oh, way to go.
Thanks so much. Your decoy. Did you see, were you watching how he stood up when you came down there?
Got her done.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that I missed.
Totally black. He's not dark brown, he's black.
He's got a head on him like a horse.
Yes. This false horn.
Not bad for public land, BLM land, huh?
And he's been in some rumbles already. Look at how beat up his, that's broken off, this is broken off.
He's got this false point, that false point there. He's got big ivories.
Here's 2.
I can say another on your own trophy.
And regardless how big he is, when I do it on my own by myself, it's a trophy. But this,
well, the hunt was a trophy.
Yeah.
This is just frosting on the cake.
The stated mission of the Bureau of Land Management is to sustain the health, the diversity, and the productivity of the public lands for the use and enjoyment for present and future generations. Randy and Neil definitely enjoyed a full and rich experience on these lands, making camp, hunting on their own, and finding success in their pursuit, and the camaraderie together. And while Randy managed a fine pronghorn trophy, in the end, it's the act of hunting on your own that becomes the trophy itself. And as always, the best part of any on-your-own adventure is it's completely accessible and completely achievable by you, the real American hunter.